a remote village at the edge of a dense, ancient forest, there was a legend about a creature called the Shadow Stalker. The villagers whispered that it was not a normal animal, but a cursed spirit trapped in the form of a beast. Some described it as a large wolf-like creature, with fur as black as midnight and eyes that glowed red like embers. Others swore it could change its form, sometimes appearing as a snake, a bird, or even a human. The villagers lived in fear of the Shadow Stalker. They claimed it only appeared during the new moon, when the forest was at its darkest. People who entered the forest at night never returned, and strange, guttural howls often echoed through the village. In the dead of night, some claimed they had seen claw marks on their doors, as if the beast had come looking for them. One fateful evening, a young hunter named Eddie decided to prove the legend wrong. He was bold, brave, and skeptical of the stories. "It's just an old tale to scare children. Arnold will bring back proof that this creature doesn't exist." The villagers pleaded with him not to go, but Ade was determined. As the sun dipped below the horizon, he stepped into the forest, the villagers watching in silence. The forest was eerily quiet. The usual chirping of crickets and rustling of leaves were absent. Ad felt a strange chill in the air, but he pushed forward, clutching his spear tightly. The deeper he went, the darker it became, until he could barely see the path ahead. Hours passed, and just as he began to feel the weight of unease, he heard it, a low, guttural growl that seemed to come from everywhere and nowhere at once. Ade froze, his heart pounding. The growl grew louder, echoing through the trees. He turned around, his eyes scanning the darkness, but he saw nothing. Suddenly, a pair of glowing red eyes appeared in the distance, staring at him through the shadows. They were unnaturally bright, burning like fire. Eddie gripped his spear and called out, "Who there? Show yourself!" The eyes vanished, and for a moment there was silence. Then the creature emerged. It was massive, far larger than any wolf or dog Eddie had ever seen. Its fur shimmered as if it absorbed the darkness around it, and its claws were long and sharp, glinting faintly in the moonlight. The creature bared its teeth, and Adad could see rows of jagged yellow fangs. Egg took a step back, his courage wavering. The creature growled again, a deep, bone-chilling sound that seemed to shake the very ground beneath him. He raised his spear and shouted, "Stay back!" But the creature didn't listen. It lunged at him with incredible speed, its claws slashing through the air. Adi barely managed to dodge. Rolling to the side, he thrust his spear forward. But the creature was too quick. It disappeared into the shadows, only to reappear behind him. I realized he was not dealing with an ordinary animal. This thing was intelligent, almost calculating. It was toying with him. Desperate, Adi began to run. He sprinted through the forest, the sound of the creature's heavy footsteps following close behind. He could hear its breath, hot and ragged. As it closed the distance, just as he thought it would catch him, he stumbled into a clearing. In the center of the clearing stood an ancient, crumbling stone altar. Strange symbols were carved into the stone, and a faint, eerie glow emanated from it. Ed didn't have time to wonder what it was. The creature stepped into the clearing, its red eyes locked on him. But as soon as it entered the clearing, something changed. The creature hesitated, its growl turning into a low whimper. It seemed afraid of the altar, keeping its distance. Ade, realizing this, moved closer to the altar. He could feel a strange energy coming from it, like a protective barrier. The creature circled the clearing, its eyes never leaving Ade. It let out a deafening roar, sound so powerful that it seemed to shake the trees, and it stopped slowly. It began to change. Its body twisted and contorted, its fur falling away to reveal pale human-like skin. The creature's red eyes eyes remained, but its face was now grotesquely human. "You should not have come here," it hissed, its voice a chilling mix of human and beast. "This place is cursed, as am I. Leave now, or you will share my fate." Hades stood frozen, unable to move or speak. The creature stepped closer, but it still didn't enter the altar's glow. It seemed to be held back by some invisible force. "Tolthai, Tolthai, Tolthai, Tolthai." Gathering his courage, Anaid shouted, "What are you? Why do you haunt this forest?" The creature saw, "I was once like you, a man, but greed and arrogance led me to this altar. I sought power, but I was cursed instead. Now I am bound to this forest, neither alive nor dead. And so shall you be, if you do not leave." It didn't need to be told twice. He backed away slowly, keeping his eyes on the creature. As soon as he was